Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a overview on two knives that were loaned into the channel. Shout out to the gentleman who loaned these in. Thank you very much, dude. Really appreciate that. He just wanted me to check them out. He wasn't looking for me to shout them out or anything like that. He just thought that these knives deserved a little more press than they have gotten so far. And I would tend to agree with him. I hadn't really heard of the brand except for I had seen this knife, I think, on Jim Skelton's channel. Other than that, I haven't seen any of their stuff or heard of them. So I'm glad that he reached out and sent me these. Secondly, I want to apologize in the unboxing. You know how I get excited about stuff. I definitely misspoke, and I was not saying Hog House. I was saying, I don't even know what I was saying. Hog something. I can't even remember what I was saying, but something was stuck in my head from, I don't know what it was from, but I thought the name was something else, I guess, and I kept saying that. So I apologize for that. It is Hog House Knives. And we have two models here. We have the Model T, and we have the Velai. I'm calling it the Velai. It may be spelled a different or pronounced a different way. These are Finnish knives, so it's a Finnish knife company. They make them in-house. As far as I know, it's like CNC work, like Grimsmo, Holt, Oz Machine Company, just like that, but they're made in Finland. And I don't know too much about the designers or company, but I do have the info here on their website. So the Velai means brother in Finnish, and it's been brewing in Viljami's mind. I know I butchered that, Viljami maybe. So that's at least one of the designers right there. And it's supposed to be slim, but it's a large knife, and it's supposed to be a great option for EDC, snappy action. Which I will agree, they totally upgraded their detent and action compared to the Model T. Even though the Model T is fun and it is pretty snappy, this has a nice crisp sort of break to it and everything. The Velai, which is this one right here, has a 8.85 overall length. We have 3 3/4 blade length and 5.11 inch handle when closed, and it is 5.3 ounces. So this is not a small knife by any measure. The Model T, on the other hand, was designed by Tapio. So to me, that tells me that there's two guys running Hog House Knives, which is very cool. And he wanted a knife small enough for comfort, everyday carry, but to have enough blade for any daily task. And he really did nail that. Might look and feel smaller than you think, but you will be surprised. And I agree. 7.75 overall. So basically a solid inch shorter than the Velai. And we can look at that right here. You can see the difference. 3.36 inches on the blade. So this knife is essentially my size knife. This is what Colin and I with Divo knives, we were shooting for 3.3 and about 7.5 to 7 3/4 overall on our designs when we first started. Now we're dialing that down a little bit to under 3-inch blade lengths, and but this is a perfect size for EDC in my opinion. 4.39 on the blade when or the handle when closed, and this one is 2.9 ounces. They, as far as I know, are going for around $800-900. I only saw the Velai, so I can't speak on the Model T, but I believe that's similar. So you're looking at $992 on this one, $893 on this one. So you know the coating probably added the $100 there or whatever. You can see the coated one again, $974 versus the $893. So you're looking around $800 to $1,000, which I think for made in Finland, is a solid price. You look at Grimsmo or whatever, they're using the same steel as I understand it. This is RWL 34. And those are over $1,000, closer to $1,200 for the Rask or whatever. And the quality here is fantastic. I wouldn't say it's, you know, Grimsmo quality, but it's really, really well done and dialed in. If you can't hear it, this one is a tapper, and it drives me absolutely nuts anytime a knife has a tappy clip. This one does it a little bit, but I think that's just a side effect of something else. It's fine, but this one really bothers me. I really want to take it apart and bend that clip, but it's not mine, so I'm not going to. But yeah, let's talk about them. I did go over them in the unboxing, but you guys didn't get to see them up close like this, so I wanted to give them their day in the sun or whatever. But I'm really impressed with the work these guys have done on these. And as soon as they come out with something that like screams to me stylistically, because neither of these designs really yell at me. They're not my style, so you know I'm not running out to spend the $800-900, but as soon as they have one that does, I will, because the quality here is fantastic. I have no doubts that I would love the knife if I bought one. It's just really well made. You can just feel the quality. They don't have steel inserts. I'd love to see steel inserts, but however they're cutting the lock bar and, you know, carbonizing it, whatever they're doing is working, because I don't feel a single hint of lock stick or anything like that. No rock. Everything's just super solid, and you still get amazing action. So very well done. You don't have any jimping on the flipper tab, which, you know, I wish there was, but honestly, it works extremely well. The way they have this flipper tab designed to kind of like come down and then swoop up, it really nestles your finger. I think I said this in the unboxing, but it reminds me of Sharp by Design. But the difference being, Sharp by Design has a pokey end right here, and it always bugs me after a little while. This is nice and smooth, but still grabs your finger. So it's really a fantastic flipper tab setup, and it's also kind of tucked away. It doesn't have, you know, a pecker sticking out. It's nice like that. Nice milling on the scales. We'll zoom in here and take a look. Look at that micro milling. Beautiful pivot design. The hardware is extremely well done. I like that they have a little slot there instead of Torx. You have the model name right here. You have this long slender clip, which is why it's a tapper, because, you know, it's easy to bend a long slender clip, but it would be an easy fix if this were my knife. Backspacer. Just everything's well done. You can see the grind lines, the CNC lines on the blade. That is your bevel. They do not have a bevel grinder. I mean, I'm guessing here. And this is how they get the blade thinned out down to the edge bevel. That's one way to do it. It's, I think, the way Grimsmo does it as well. And some other folks do that too. And it's just this nice taper, but it leaves these lines behind. I'm not sure. You might be able to polish that out if you wanted to, but I kind of like the look of that. I mean, you can see how sharp this thing is. Now, I don't know if it was sharpened by the owner, so it's possible that this edge did not come with it. We have a little numbering in here. So we have number 0007, almost 007, but they're leaving room for thousands of these, apparently. You can see the screws for the clip there. Very nice. Detent ball right there. We have a, let me see, ceramic detent ball, black ceramic detent ball. Centering is dead nuts on this guy, except the spine of the blade comes over to this side a little bit, and it does bother me. My OCD is on alert with this one. Technically, it's centered at the tip, but that would bother me personally. So I'd love to see the grind or whatever they did to shift it this way to just be straight down the line there, instead of having the tip centered and then this over to the side. And it might even be a little bit off to that side on the tip as well. But, you know, I'm nitpicking. You have nice lock bar access, very simple, but it has the dual chamfers, and it works, you know. sometimes you don't need a huge cutout. You just need to be able to get in there, and you can. I like it a lot. Ergonomics are solid. It's comfortable. It's very thin and everything, but you get a nice grip. You can choke up here. You just need to be careful. The edge termination, in my opinion, is not very good. I'm not quite sure. I'm not a sharpener, so I could be wrong, but it just does not look like it would be friendly to the sharpener. And you can see it's not sharpened all the way back. You can see where the plunge grind ends. Just, in my opinion, that doesn't look perfect. But somebody could leave a comment and let us know. It looks like we have sort of a bead blast on the blade. I'm not a big fan of bead blasts, but could be more of a glass, like frosty satin type of finish. But to me, it looks like a bead blast. Reverse grip, you can lay in your thumb here, but it's pretty uncomfortable. Not that I would be, you know, Slurpee saving with this, but I do like to show you guys that grip. Very, very cool knife. That's the Model T. And then we have the Velai. And this is where I just feel like you can tell that they got better. They just improved from that Model T. I think that was their first model, but the D10 on this thing, so you have the same type of flipper tab. They're different, but they kind of have the same feel where your finger just nestles and it's not sharp here. And it just really grabs. It's a little more peckery. But the knife is just bigger overall, so it kind of makes sense. You can push button it or light switch it. Both are fantastic. Left hand or right. I should say on the Model T, left hand's a little tricky. You got to kind of make sure you come up here. If you're on that lock bar, it doesn't work, so you got to come up here to flick it. Not the best lefty knife. This one's much more forgiving lefty because your thumb has space over here. Reverse flicking, if you get on the clip, can be done left-handed, no problem. It is an excellent reverse flicking knife. Detent is perfect. The whole shape and the way they milled everything here is fantastic. The flipper, I mean, it really is perfectly dialed. It's a big-ass knife, though. For me, it's a little too big. I don't need a knife this big. Kind of reminds me of an Arius sort of size knife. You know, it's also got the hole and flipper, so it's similar in a sense. But if you have big hands or like big knives and cannot lie, this is a good one for you. Again, same edge termination situation here. Just, to me, doesn't look great, but, you know, what do I know? You have sort of a compound grind. So you see right here, and then you have that line, so you have a compound grind. You have the same sort of step CNC beveling going on. Action on this one is definitely more hydraulic, as folks would say. I'm pretty sure both are on bearings. Don't know what kind. It's very tight in there, which is nice to see. And we have that micro milling again. Nice long clip again. I like that they mount them internally like that. Just a really good looking knife. Same beautiful cutouts for disengaging. No stick. This one's dead centered, down the line, perfect. You have a flat spine, which I would like to see some stuff going on here. I don't know, it just feels kind of plain, which for a knife with so much detail, I feel like, you know, some kind of swedging would be nice up there. But just overall, an absolutely excellent. We got a little bit of stick there. Let me just, I think we're just, yeah, there's just some buildup. There we go. Just feels so good. I mean, it feels so solid, yet smooth on the close. Yeah, it's just a really good knife. And having not heard of them, I just think it's impressive what they're doing. I don't like the flatheads here. You got to use like eyeglass screwdrivers for this. Like, I don't know. I get it, but I'd rather have the Torx that they had over here on it, you know. But these are really small. T6. Yeah, so it's a T6. But honestly, I'd rather have a T6 than those tiny little flatheads. So, but I mean, those are some really small nitpicks on these two excellent knives. So that's Hog House knives. What did I say? Hog's head, maybe? Hog's head? Hogs, I don't know what the heck I was saying. I apologize for that, but yeah. Thank you to the gentleman who sent these in. Very much appreciated. I'll get these back to you, and let me know what you guys think. Go check out their website, and hope they get some more press in the future. Hope to see them at Blade Show and stuff like that. And if they come out with a sheep's footy style blade, I am all in. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.